Yooosin! What's up, guys? We're back with another board game review. Today we got the Office Downsizing game.
Yeah.
Pretty fun if you're an Office fan or if you just like playing games in general,
Right?
Well,
all you guys love The Office. I know you guys have seen it, all you guys watching. So, I mean, this was just, any classic person that goes to Target can stroll by, find this game, and we're about to tell you more about it.
Definitely. I think it's worth a buy. Board games, you do 5 pillars. Tell me.
Replayability, quality, fun, mechanics, and learning curve?
Brought it home today, dude.
Brought it home run, baby. All right, let's get into it.
Learning curve. Learning curve. This game wasn't super hard. There's a little bit of reading, a little bit of confusion, but once you get into the game, you get, I would say, by like day 2.
Yeah, I was going to say,
doing,
literally, yeah. And when we say day 2, we literally mean 5 minutes into the game, not the second day. The game is based on a work week. So by Tuesday, the second day, the second turn, we had it all down pat. We were inviting friends in to come join us and stuff. We did have to have 5 people to play the game, but yeah, we were bringing in even more people. It was a ton of fun.
The plus on that too is once you know the game, it's so easy to bring in new players or explain it all. Overall, just not that hard.
Yeah, it was just the very first guy that we had that read it was like, it's a little bit confusing at first, and in the millisecond after that, we were like, oh, good, easy peasy. The next person, we were like, oh, we could refresh you and tell you. It was no problem.
Learning curve, what are we thinking?
7.5. We gave it a big old 7.5. That's still a good fresh score. It's not too hard, still doable, easily invitable after you learn. 7.5.
Let's keep it moving.
Mechanics. So the mechanics, they weren't too shabby. There's not that many mechanics to it, really. There's a week of work, which is your 5 days. You get an email every day, which could be from any member of the office, and they will explain something to you, which normally comes with a status or an effect or something.
Yeah, some type of effect, like goofy ones. Usually, like one of them, it made me bark the whole entire
time. I was gonna say, who was that? Angela? Yeah. He got an Angela email and he had to bark for the whole rest of the round of that day of work. So yeah, random status effects like that. What else about mechanics, man?
Well, overall, you need to know the Office because you're playing the characters. You're role playing essentially this game. Your goal is to deceive the other players because you're either going to be promoted or you're not being promoted, and if you're being promoted, you're technically the bad guy. So the goal is to deceive.
Yes,
overall.
yeah. After Michael, he is like a standalone kind of host player that doesn't necessarily play every mechanic throughout the day because he's the decider at the end of the game. So it's like basically he has one person on his team, and then the rest of the people are against him, and you guys are just trying to target the people that are not on your team. Because if you eliminate someone on your team at the end of the game, you lose. So you're really just trying to get as much evidence on one person as possible. And
well, technically, there's usually more than one.
Yeah, no, because if you get too much evidence on a person that's not guilty, then you wasted your time. So there's a lot to it.
Mechanics, there wasn't much there, but it was still pretty good quality for what it is. We gave it a 7.5.
7.5.
Flowed well. It was a lot of fun to play.
Absolutely, yeah. We were like, that's a good, strong score because we didn't have any complaints about it. No mechanics confused us, nothing like that. So, good, strong score.
Keep it moving.
Fun.
This game's pretty fun. It's like I said, it's all about deceiving. In any game that you're deceiving your opponents is
a blast. If it comes down to your social skill, it's hilarious just to start off. And this game brings so much to it with the role play, with the silly emails that are coming through, and the emails like, for example, if I'm Toby and an email gets brought up from Toby that's writing someone like a write-up at work or something like that. It's so funny that, when John is Michael, he's like, yo, fuck you, Toby, shut up. That's funny. We were doing the whole role play.
Yeah, that's one of the best parts is you are a character. So if you're Toby, you just get a lot of fuck you Tobys all game. Or if you're somebody else, like it's just fun being.
And speaking of the mechanics that we just mentioned to you, with each character, you get these like just little like cards. They're not even like objectives. They're just like cool things you can do for role play to like add to your role play. And Toby's was get dissed by Michael 5 times in one game, and it was so easy. It was hilarious. It was so easy. Yeah, I was gonna say by the second day I was like done. It was so funny.
What do we think about fun?
We give it a big old 7.8 because it's real good, real fun. The more people you have, plus the specific people you bring in. You could always bring in the one person that's not going to bring that much to the game. But if you bring people in that are role playing, having a good time, love The Office.
Could be a blast.
Could be a blast. Is a blast.
2 more.
Replayability.
So this one was real good because replayability, you know, when you leave it up to the character, like there's different ID cards. You're gonna get all the characters in the office. There's different emails that you can go throughout the week. There's a whole stack of them, and you're only gonna be using like 6
Stack
or
of
7
Dundee
of the cards.
awards that give different effects.
Absolutely, and at the end of the game, when you're giving away the Dundee awards, there's a ton of them. There's all sorts of replayability value within the people that are actually
Yeah, you
playing
bring
the
different
game.
people. That's a
Yes.
whole different outlook on the game, especially if like a different person is a goof, like somebody's Dwight or something.
Exactly,
you know?
right. And then you
Spin
have
around
like
the Dwight.
a gym helper in the group that's actually doing a really good job being gym helper, and they're making fun of the Dwight and stuff. It's really hilarious. It's a good time.
Yeah, replayability is one of the higher points of this game. We gave it 8.
Yeah.
Like we said, it's a ton of fun. It could be even funner depending who is here, what characters, the whole variety. And each time it's going to be different.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it really comes down to the people that you have sitting at the table, which thankfully at the Yooosin house we got the right people, so we just had a field day with this game. So we're gonna be playing it more. So definitely good replayability.
Last one.
Quality.
Quality, we definitely would say quality is one of the lower points of this game. There's some highlights to the quality, like the ID cards, pretty sturdy, but overall there's just not much to it.
Yeah,
There's
no, I
not
would
much
say
there.
that the good quality highlight parts, the ID, the board where you put down the emails at the center of piece of the
Well,
game.
not even, what was the purpose of that, really?
It was really just
know?
to set the ID. I think set the emails on it, and it's writable because there are some status effects. For example, Brandon was Pam, and his status effect was to draw on other people's ID cards because, you know, she does art and stuff, so it kind of worked out for that aspect. But I think those were mainly the highlights. The rest of it's just cardboard, though. The Dundee Award, all the other cards. There's also the red and blue cards, red and green cards that are going to dictate whether you're on Michael's team or not. Those are all cardboard as
And
well.
the cards were somewhat good, but this is still, there's just not much there to
Right,
really
yeah.
judge off of.
It could be a little bit more drunk proof for like alcohols and stuff like that, but the ID cards and the board, they at least did, you know, those are good, durable pieces.
So like we said, quality is probably the lower point compared to like replayability, which is the higher point. For quality, we gave it a 7. You know, there could be some improvements. I just feel like there could be some more going on here.
Absolutely, I agree.
We put everything together. We got all of our numbers.
Yeah, after everything went in the pot, we stirred it up, and it came out the crock pot.
And then it fell over on the ground.
And then it-
Kevin's famous chili.
After Kevin's famous chili fell over, we cleaned it up, and we looked at the score. It was a 7-5 overall.
It was a fun game. Some minor negatives, minor improvements, I guess you can say, but it was pretty fun.
Yeah,
especially if you're an Office fan.
Yeah, for a generic Office fan too, and for you to be able to walk into, I believe it's like Walmart, Target, all
All
those
the big-
basic stores. Yeah,
yeah,
and
big
I don't
stores.
think it was that expensive either. I bought this game a while ago, but I believe it was only like $25-30, and you can get tons of gameplay out of this. Alright, well, if you guys like this content, remember to just like, subscribe. It helps way more than you guys know, and remember to just stick around, and Yooosin out.
Yooosin out.